Here's one particular question I get asked all the time. And because I've mastered conversational Italian coming from only knowing English before, today we're going to go over step by step how to actually roll your R's so you can seem way more like a local and way less like a tourist. So if you've been learning Italian for a little bit and you've just been saying, I just can't roll my R's no matter what I do, this video is for you. I'm Maria, founder of the Italian Toolkit program, and I've helped hundreds of English speakers just like you and me go from not knowing a single word to having full, meaningful conversations in Italian for that purpose of connecting and seeming like a local. And of course, connecting with Italian family and making genuine friendships along the way. And I know from experience, because again, I learned Italian from only knowing English, just how tricky rolling your R's and pronunciation really can be. If you like the idea of sounding natural in Italian and totally confident having conversations, be sure to subscribe, get access to the full library of videos I have right here on this channel, be a part of our awesome community, and of course, click the notification bell so you don't miss out on more Italian tips and tricks and lessons in plain English. Okay, so let's get into rolling our R's. Be sure to grab a pen and paper and get ready to roll your tongue. Step one, let's actually understand what's going on. Like, what does it mean to roll your R? So a lot of people think that rolling your R's happens in the back of the throat. However, it happens at the very tip of the tongue. It's really just a push of air making your tongue rapidly flutter against the roof of your mouth or behind that, on that ridge behind your front teeth. So think of it like a motorcycle sound, but controlled. So when I do it, kind of sounds like a motorcycle. I'm really just pushing air and making my tongue flap right behind my front teeth. Easier said than done. Step two, loosen up. If your tongue is tense or stiff, and a lot of us get nervous when we do speak a new language like Italian, or when we're super focused on really making this work, it's not gonna happen. Your tongue is going to be stiff and it's not going to wanna flutter freely behind your front teeth. So this sounds really silly, but try saying la 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 right behind your front teeth. Make sure your tongue is there and just try to say la 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 really fast and you'll get better at it, I promise. It's a good exercise for learning how to roll your R's. So instead of la 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 la, if you notice your tongue is right behind your front teeth, just say it a little faster. La 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 la, very similar. It's a good warm up. Rolling your R's is less about forcing it and letting it naturally happen. So just get your tongue in that spot and relax it. So place the tip of your tongue right behind your two front teeth. And after you do the la 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 warm up, try to make the sound of a D or a T. Where does your tongue go when you say D or T? And then see if that's your sweet spot. You can hold it there and then gently push some air out of your mouth and see if it makes that sound. You might not get a roll yet, but you're definitely on the right path. If you get something like a little buzz or at least a single flap for the R, that's a really good sign. That's a win. You're on the right path. That first flap, like the ra, ra, that's your breakthrough moment. After that, it's just muscle memory. It sounds so silly, but no. Like a ta, ta, ta. Just put your tongue between those two front teeth, that little ridge right where your teeth join. Let's do it. That's what works for me. Just remember, try to find that sweet spot. So for me, my tongue, if I try it, it's right between the roof of my mouth, right where the tooth touches the roof of the mouth and that little ridge. So again, that first flap, the ta, 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 sounds silly. That's the breakthrough. So the next step, now that we have the that first flap down, let's practice that. Because again, rolling our R's is literally just doing that a few more times. So step four, let's start small. Let's try some training words. Let's practice with some words that have the simple R sound. So instead of saying Roma like we would coming from English, right? Again, I'm an English speaker, I'm a native, so growing up I would say Roma, Roma. Now we would say Roma. Do you hear that difference? Rana, rana, frog, means frog, rana. We're doing that quick flip of the tongue to pronounce the R. Instead of saying like we would in English, Roma, rana. If we were to say Roma, instead of the like we'd say in English, Roma, we would say Roma. It's faster. It's the flip of the tongue. Rana, la rana, riso, riso. Again, my tongue is right between my two front teeth and the roof of my mouth. Rana, Roma, riso. If you're watching this, practice this aloud. I promise you, you will get it. The more you practice, eventually you'll start feeling the ability to do it faster or just hold it a little longer. That's really the only difference, is just holding the air there for more time. And then eventually you can move on from the one R sound to the two R sounds. So for that, we could use a word like vorrei, vorrei. You also don't want to hold it for too long because then it sounds ridiculous, right? Vorrei, no, we say vorrei. Vorrei un panino, vorrei un gelato. Arrivare, arrivare, arrivare. These are more intense. These are the real ways to say it. So only try this once you're ready. And one of the most tricky sounds and words to master, and if you can say this properly, you know you've mastered the rolling of your R's, is Ferrari. Ferrari. Because it has the double R in the beginning and the single R at the end. Ferrari, Ferrari. Do you hear the difference between the double R and the single R? So when you can say Ferrari the right way, you've mastered it. You're good to go. I also recommend saving this video and watching it once a day, once a week, a few times a week, however long you want to practice, so that you can really nail this down and really save it in your muscle memory. This is the one thing that's going to save your Italian. It's really going to make you seem a lot less like a tourist and way more like a local and like you actually know what you're talking about. Because think to yourself, how many English speakers go to Italy and say words like vorrei, Roma, Ferrari? That sounds so English. That sounds so American. And again, that's how I grew up saying those words. But upon practicing and really learning how to roll my R's, I can go to Italy and really get compliments on my pronunciation and really feel like I'm a part of the conversation and not get weird looks. So of course my question to you today, and drop it in the comments because I need to know this, is have you ever avoided saying something in Italian because you couldn't roll your R's? And then of course after watching this, how much more confident do you feel about rolling your R's? And if you nailed it during this video, or you even got that first little flip, let me know. I'm so excited to hear about your success with this. If you're ready to not just roll your R's when speaking Italian, but you really want to feel confident holding real, full Italian conversations with family, friends, and locals in Italy, then I'd love to invite you to book a free call with me, and we'll really get to speak. I'm a native English speaker myself, and I grew up only speaking American English, so I really know those ins and outs of going from American English to Italian, which are very different languages. So book that free call with me. We'll chat one-on-one and I'll really get to hear your story, and we'll come up with a way to get you confidently and naturally speaking Italian the right way with great pronunciation, so you can speak with Italian locals, build relationships, build friendships in Italy, and really feel like you're a part of every moment when you're there. Click that link below and I can't wait to meet you maybe later this week. If this really helped you, give this video a like so I know to make more videos like this one. Comment what you want to see more of and any questions for me. And of course, click subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on new Italian tips and tricks and lessons to help you speak naturally coming from English. And if you want to keep improving your Italian pronunciation right now, you could check out this video right here. It pairs perfectly with this one. Arrivederci, ciao!